All right, we are now joined by the Western Cape Local Government MEC, Anton Bredal, who's going to give us an update on this. MEC, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this evening. Perhaps maybe let's just start off with an update on the current situation, particularly when it comes to the fires and the water crisis in that province.
Yeah, Knysna is one of the concern areas. We've, as the provincial government, worked throughout the December festive season. That was our first goal, to see to it that we don't run out of water during the festive season. So we put engineers and geohydrologists in Knysna to support the municipality. The team has done a lot of good work, but currently, as you can see, that the primary source of their water, the Akkerkloof Dam, stands at 15%, meaning that they've got 10 days of water in the Akkerkloof Dam. That is if we don't add water. So the immediate short-term solutions will be to add water to the dam through boreholes, through a spring that we will tap into, etc. And then we do a call on all the residents and the businesses in Knysna to become water-wise, to save water. The target is 50 litres per person per day. If everybody works together, I'm certain that we will pull through. We also do have emergency measures in place if we get to a day zero scenario, which we at all costs will try and prevent. And therefore the team, the national, provincial and local team working together to try and prevent that. But if you look at the weather forecast for the next 3-4 months, they expect much less rain than normal. Meaning that we in trouble water-wise, but also with our fire season. And that's why I'm also going to talk to Cabinet to classify the provincial fires as well as the water, to classify that as a disaster, because we need to understand that we're going to sit with a longer fire season. We will need to keep our resources longer, and then need to get more boots on the ground as well. As we speak, there's now a big fire just in Oudtshoorn. We will send up a drone tomorrow morning to determine how to tackle this fire, because it's the fire front is around about 3 kilometers in length. So it's also a huge fire, and we need to get it under control because it's very windy, etc.
Yeah, quite an intense situation there in the province, MEC. You speak about wanting Cabinet to approve that declaration of the provincial state of disaster. What specific powers and resources will this unlock?
Well, first of all, I understand that Cabinet will tell me to look into my own budget. Remember, because we had a very difficult fire season up till now, we've doubled the amount of fires. We had to send our helicopters and water bombers out twice as much as the previous year. So I've spent my budget already on that. So if you classify it as a disaster, we can shift internal funding. We can make quicker decisions. We need to understand that it's important that I get the permission also to extend our helicopters and water bombers contracts to keep the resources here. Otherwise, the whole purpose is to safeguard our people and lives, and then obviously to protect the property. Up till now, we've also lost a lot of property. In the Mossel Bay area, 35 structures were lost, and in the Dunoon area, the city of Cape Town, has lost over 600 structures. So it's all those kind of challenges that we need to deal with. Classified as a disaster will help us, especially to shift our internal funding from different votes. And then hopefully we can also tap into some national support because we're all in this together and we need to tackle this problem together.
You mentioned earlier that the Akkerkloof Dam is at just 15%. That's leaving 10 days of water, and urgent measures are already being put in place to avert that day zero. And you spoke about adding water through boreholes and insisting that people only use certain amount of litres per day per person, and that being 50 litres. In terms of the alternative water sources and those plans, are you looking at desalination, and how feasible is it for the province?
Yeah, Knysna's problem is coming on for a long time. Myself and the mayor, we had a thorough discussion with also the personnel within the municipality. There's a management problem. and they acknowledge that. So we need to understand that. So if you look at the normal usage, it's around about 12 megaliters of water a day. Through the boreholes, there's seven boreholes that's been drilled. We need to now put up the necessary pumps and infrastructure to get that into the system. That will add another 4 megaliters to the system, 4.7 megaliters. We can also tap into a spring, and there's also a private landowner who's got boreholes that we're busy signing a contract with. So if we put all in this together, then we must understand there is a desalination plant that is not in operation currently. We need to get a tender or a quotation on what it will take and what it will cost to bring that water and desalination plant back into the stream. It was a plant that was sponsored and built by the national government, but it's stand derelict for the last 10 years. So it can be quite costly, but desalination is definitely an option. But if you're in a scenario where you sit with 10 days left of potable water, then you need to look at short-term, the quick wins. And then obviously we need to then start to plan for medium and longer term. We also sit with a municipality where 50% of their water is unaccounted for. So it just disappeared. They don't know where to. So unaccounted water, we've classified as there's around about 7,000 to 8,000 households that bypass their meters. So we will have a metering program where we'll go back and put meters into those kind of areas so that we can also get the income, but also protect the resource. But we need to push back on this unaccounted water. We've also got 5 plumbing teams in place to support households to detect leaks as well as to fix the leaks. We've fixed already some of the bigger leaks where you lost a megaliters of water, 1 million liters of water a day. So those programs is also up and running. If everybody works together, I'm positive that we will pull through. But the next couple of months is going to be challenging for the whole region. Because Plettenberg Bay, Mossel Bay, George, those areas also started with water restrictions, and we call on the public to work with us. We don't try to do this to be funny. We really need to protect the resource. We need to see to it that every household can have water, and therefore we call on the public to work with us.
Most certainly. So I'm just interested in this desalination plant that you speak of that's been standing derelict for 10 years, that was sponsored by the national government. Why is that so? I mean, you speak of the problems, especially with Knysna being long-standing. So certainly putting in that desalination plant as a long-term objective would have certainly helped, especially in times like this.
Yeah, it would have added 2 megaliters of water, 2 million liters of water a day. Therefore, we need to acknowledge that there were serious management problems, leadership problems within the Knysna municipality. But I cannot dwell into that too much. I need to fix this problem now, get the boreholes up and running, get the system up and running. And National Water and Sanitation is with me all the time, right through this December up till today. And we've discussed this. If it's feasible, we will bring back this plant, and then this plant must become part of the whole water scheme of Knysna. But there's also sewage challenges within the Knysna municipality, as well as refuse challenges. So these are things that we will need to tackle as a team. We will keep the joint operating center up and running. We need to keep the pressure onto the management team of Knysna so that they understand that we need to fix this. Otherwise, Knysna will run out of water and the infrastructure will collapse.
Lastly, MEC, maybe just your message to the people of the Western Cape with regards to resilience and recovery during these challenging times.
Well, my experience is that when we're honest with the people, they work with us. We've seen it in the Day Zero campaign in the city of Cape Town. And up till today, the city with a population growth of nearly 27%, usage is less than in 2015. So that's a great example. I think it's a world record kind of thing. So people will work with us. We need to be honest with them. We need to communicate with them. And the call to people to be water wise, to keep an eye on one another. We will share from the provincial department as well as our municipalities, the communication teams will share the necessary information with them. We will be honest with them all the time. And we ask people to look at any method, how they can save water, because every drop is important.
It certainly is. MEC, thank you for your time and for joining us this evening. A lot of interventions they needed, but hopefully that declaration of a provincial state of disaster amid the fires and the water crisis will certainly bring in those resources that are needed. Thank you so much for your time.